Children begin to realize that issues are going on in the family as young as 3 and 4 years old. Children take it all in. Unfortunately, they don't have the cognitive development yet to be able to connect the dots and interpret it appropriately. But I tell parents all the time is that boys and girls have this sense something's wrong. They can see it. Why do they see it? Because it's their family, it's their mom, it's their dad, it's their brothers and their sisters, the people they love most of all in the world. And they know something's wrong. And no one tells them anything. There's that conspiracy of silence that's so rampant in families hurt by alcoholism and other drug addiction. Now for children, when children experience this, when children experience trauma in their life, and no one explains it to them in an age-appropriate way, boys and girls make up a story for it all to make sense. And unfortunately, a large part of that story is they tell themselves, something's wrong in our family. Nobody's talking about it. Maybe, just maybe, it's me. Is it me? Is it my fault? Am I bad? Did I do something wrong? Am I worthless? And that makes sense developmentally because boys and girls see themselves as being the hub of the universe. Everything revolves around them. And so helping kids understand this in an age-appropriate way is so important. Let me give you an example. There was a dad that entered treatment, and his wife was falling apart. A great mom, had a 9-year-old and a 6-year-old who didn't understand what was happening to their dad. Mom just said he was away at business. They knew that wasn't the case. And if parents would just understand that, you know what, if you're not sure what to say, reach out to a child therapist to give you the right language or help that person explain it to the kids, because this leaves kids with more worry. And it was evidenced by the daughter having night terrors and the son just not being able to eat. And just all he could think about is my dad coming home? Is my dad coming home? Where's my dad? What is going on? He's never been away like that. So I called the mom. We had a 30-minute conversation. I said, here's what I want you to do. I want you to tell your kids that your husband is in school, that the treatment center is like school. Why would I say that? Because kids know what school is. And what he's doing at that school, he's learning that he's got a sickness because when he drinks, it makes him sick. Age appropriate. Tell them that.
Children, even very young children, have a strong awareness of what's going on in the family. And they're like sponges. They're soaking up the dysfunction in the family, various expectations, what to do, what not to do, and without intervention will likely go on to repeat those patterns with their own families as adults.
As a child, I didn't learn how to verbalize. Repressed, we were taught to just be quiet. And so as I began to get to that adolescent age where very hormonal, very emotional girl, instead of asking questions or sharing where I was, I acted out. And I was actually very angry. I wasn't angry more so at my mom, but I believe I was angry because my dad wasn't in my life. But I took it out on my mom. And I began to be very mouthy. And at the age of 15, almost 16, I was like, well, what's the use of coming home? My mom, she's always shouting, she's always cursing, she's just angry all the time. And eventually ran away from home for good and got into prostitution at 16. Very dangerous lifestyle, very cold world. I'm grateful I'm living to tell the story. But a lot of shame came with that also. But one thing I've learned is that everything that I've been through has made me who I am today. And I'm not that same person anymore.